skill-based peer-to-peer matchmaking using Unity's new free lobby and relay service. You the beginner's guide to skill-based peer-to-peer matchmaking using Unity's new free lobby and relay services. Now, I'm not going to be covering much about Unity's netcode for game objects. The YouTuber CodeMonkey did an amazing video on that recently, link in the description. What I will be covering is the linking between players. Currently, it is a free service that Unity provides, up to 50 concurrent members at the same time. Then the excess is charged, so you pay more the bigger your game gets, type of thing. Now, of course, what you'll need to do first is start a new project. We're going to here open up this 3D, blah, 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 create project. And once your game is finally open, we're going to go to the Unity dashboard, and we're going to go to the project we just created, new Unity project. And we're going to go down to the multiplayer settings down here in the bottom left. Now ignore the game server hosting and matchmaker for now, as well as VBox. VBox allows you to message and such other players. This is for servers, and this relates to the servers, so unfortunately we can't use a shortcut to use that. Today we're going to be setting up a relay. Continue pay as you go. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that here shortly, as well as that. And we're going to activate the relay here, that's important. And we're going to go to lobby and do the same thing. Pay as you go, accept. Link it here in a second. Install a package here in a second. Activate the lobby on. Alright. Alright, now that we got that done, we're going to go over here to project settings. Under services, we're going to go to select an organization if you haven't set one up. Set one up now. We're going to go to create IG, and alright, now our project is linked, and no, it's not going to be targeted towards the age of under 13. Alright, now we have our project linked. We're going to go over here to Window, Package Manager, and we're going to begin importing these assets. So we're going to go to Unity Registry, scroll down until we find Lobby, install, scroll down to Relay, install, and then we're going to include netcode for game objects as well. Alright, now that that's finished, we can actually get started on the project. Alright, first thing I'm going to do, since we don't really need much of a main camera, I'm going to change this to a solid color and black. Move this around just so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, I'm going to come over here, UI, Text Mesh Pro, it's going to ask us to install the essentials. Alright, and once you finish with the essentials, we're going to include the text, we're going to Alt top center here. We're going to size that up a little bit. Now we're going to call this update text. There's a million ways to do this, but I like it like that. Alright, next important, we're going to include a network manager. This is just the essential network manager you need to plug in every time. We're going to include that. We're going to select Unity Transport right there. Alright, and now we're going to create an empty game object and call it player. It doesn't matter. This is mostly for the netcode of game objects. It's going to be a network object, and we're going to go and drag it down to a prefab, and then we're going to delete it from the scene. We're going to go to Network Manager, we're going to slide this into the player prefab, and we're going to slide this in here to network prefabs. That's important. And I'm just doing that to solidify the fact that we've joined another person's server. Alright, next up we're going to create another empty. We're going to set it down here. Go 300, 200, 150. Alright. Now we're going to create a couple of UI buttons. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. This one's going to be host, and this one is going to be join. Now this is just a basic of netcode for game objects, of course. We'll get into that more in just a second. But here we're going to create, I'm going to call this Matchmaker. We're going to reset it and open a new script that I'm going to call Matchmaker as well. So we're going to open up that Visual Studio. Alright, now I'm going to go through some important collections that we need to use really fast. I'm just going to paste that in here to save time. Go ahead and take a good look at it. Alright, I'm going to include a public text mesh UE. I'll call it update text. And we're going to create two simple functions here really fast just to illustrate network for game objects. You can skip ahead if you don't want to. I'm going to create a public host and a public void join. We're going to go network manager dot singleton dot start host. I'm just going to copy and paste this here. We're going to put start client. We're going to update the text. Now what this does generally is for a peer-to-peer system, when you're on the same network, this is going to start said server / client, and this is going to load a client in. So we're going to save that. Now of course this only works if you are all connected to the same Wi-Fi. So I can show an illustration of that really fast. We're going to print that. I'm going to press that, there, matchmaker, drag that in, matchmaker, that. I set as active. We're going to set this as host. We're going to set this as join. And then we need to go in here and get the update text and drag that in. And let's put hello. Alright, we're going to save. We're going to press play. Oh, need to save the scene. Alright, and we're going to host. It says I am the host already. Now I'm going to create a build of this. We're going to go to build settings. Let's go ahead and do a developer build just in case. Alright, and I'm going to put it in right here, select build, and it's going to build for a second. Since it's done finished building, we're going to go ahead and press play. Once again, activate the console here. We're going to press host, I am the host. Syncing the clients right here. We're going to go to the build. We're going to activate said build. Alright, and on said build, we're going to press join. It says I am client. We're going to go back to this and see we have two players in, illustrating that we have two people connected to the same game. Alright, that's great and all, but you came here for skill-based matchmaking peer-to-peer system, correct? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add a new button. And this one is simply going to be play. We're going to do a similar thing here. We'll run over here, deactivate this so that we know that we're in the lobby, and we're going to press matchmaker in here. Matchmaker. Oh yeah, we don't have a script there yet. Alright, we'll create a play script. We'll go back here so we don't have to do this later. Of course, this is a skill-based system, so I'm going to quickly input a variable. So let's say player level, and we'll equal that to 10 as an example here. And we're actually going to switch this to an async, reasons later. We're going to start off with updating the update text. We're going to call this logging in. Because the first step we're going to do And we're also going to have to link the Unity transport. So I'm going to link that there, and you could do this at the start. I'm just going to do it here. Nope, I accidentally made plural coding. Alright, we're going to start an await function, and we're going to call this login. I'm going to go down here, public, static, async, task. We're going to create this login. We're going to include a couple more variables here. Has to deal with signing in through Unity. So public, static, string, player ID. We're going to call get private set. All right. And with the login function here, I'm going to say if Unity services dot state equal services actualization state dot unutilized. We're going to include some options here. Bar options equal new initialization options. And we're going to await some your Unity services initialization async options. So if the player does not have an authorized login, we're going to go with service.instance.isSignedIn. We're going to go await authentication assertion instance sign in anonymously. Now, of course, there's lots of different ways you can improve this, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Alright, now that that is finished, we can go up here and we can go ahead and show you how to create a lobby. We're going to need a couple more variables, simple enough, like public int max player, so you can set this outside. We're going to set it to 2 naturally. Public string ID for the lobby, and public string lobby name if you want this to be called somewhere else. Simple enough, right? We're going to go ahead and create public async void void create lobby. Alright, and then we're going to update the update text to creating lobby. And we're going to attempt to try. I like to put in the catch right afterwards. Catch exception E debug log error E. I'm going to update the update text. Alright, now that's finished, we're going to get into the hard stuff. So var a equals await relay service. Now finally getting into the relay and lobby stuff of all this. We're going to create allocation async, and we're going to plug in the max players, and we're going to get a join code. Equals await relay services once more, instance, get join code async, a.allocation ID. That will allow us to join each other's lobbies, and we're going to go ahead and set up some options. Now here's where stuff gets interesting. Create lobby options. Alright, so we're going to input a data equals new dictionary. It's going to be a string and data object like it shows. And we're going to input the join key. Never mind, forgot to input the join key. So we're going to do public constant string join key equals J. Alright, so once you have your join key, we're going to create the new data object. It's going to be a data object dot visibility options dot public. And we're going to get the join code out of it. Alright, now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and go to var lobby equals await lobbies dot instance dot create lobbies async lobby name max players with the options. We're going to initiate this transport again. Dot set host relay data a dot relay server. Now I don't have this all memorized. I'm reading it off of the other page here. This is above my level of networking, so it's going to be use short a dot relay server dot port. This is pretty much just getting all of the info you need to connect to each other's players. Allocation bytes. Data collection data. Alrighty. That's out of the way. We can go down here to ID equals lobby ID. And we're going to have to start a new coroutine, which I will get into later. And of course, like we did before, network manager dot singleton start host and we're going to update the text. Keep looking away. This time we're going to do it a little differently. I am lobby host. And we're going to add the player level. Alright, and a coroutine that we're going to add here really fast. So public static enumerator. We're going to call it a heartbeat. We're going to input the string lobby ID. We're going to add a float, wait time seconds. And we're going to initiate the delay. Wait for seconds. And then while true, lobbies.instance.send heart rate ping. Alright, so this is what's going to keep your lobby alive, because it will automatically disconnect the lobby after 30 seconds of inactivity. So performing the heartbeat will make the lobby stay alive as long as someone is inside the lobby. And of course you ask, what if they leave the lobby? Just in case, we're going to initiate an onDestroy function. Public void onDestroy. Try a catch. Debug.log error. No, it's log format. dlog.log format. We're going to include fail to destroy. Exactly how I spelt it. Just kidding. And we're going to include stop all coroutines. We're going to go back here. We're going to start up the heartbeat with the lobby ID. Lobby.id. And we're going to make it ping every 15 seconds. Alright, then we can save this and check this out. Save the scene. Press play. And it failed to create lobby. And of course it did that because I'm an idiot and I forgot to activate the lobbies on the appropriate project. So now I have that off. We'll press play again. Press play, it's logging in, creating a lobby. Got a lot of script down here. Got the beat, got the start host. And we're at host at a level 10 lobby. Well, of course, we're not at a level 10 lobby. We're just opening up a lobby. It's not actually level 10 yet. So let's go back to the code. Now, instead of creating a lobby, of course, we'll figure out how to do that, so we don't need that anymore. We're going to go ahead and check for lobbies. We're going to go ahead and check for lobbies instead. So I put that in, scroll in here. Public async void check for lobbies. Make sure that I spelled it right up here. I sure did. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and update the update text again to tell us what's going on. We're going to put finding
game in the description here. While we're here, I'm going to add a space right there and make it look a little cleaner. Alrighty, so now we're going to include some query options. This is where we can sort out what type of lobbies we want to join. So, okay, query lobby options, and we're going to include some filters. Equals new list query filters. Alright, we're going to include one here, new query filter. Whoa, I need a space out. There we go. Include a field, query filter dot field options dot available slots. So this is what it's going to tell us. We're going to see if there is. We're going to go in. All right, this is what it's going to tell us. We're going to go in. Options greater than. That's what that means. I did not know that at first. Put that as a string, put that there, and bada boom. Alright, so what does it tell us? We're going to go through and we're going to find the available slots of all the lobbies. If a number is greater than 0, we pass this filter. Alright, now we're going to enlist a response. So we're going to go enlist. Spell response wrong. Equals await lobby service dot instance dot query lobbies async. I'm going to go ahead with query options. We're going to do our lobbies equals new response. And we're going to get the results of what we just looked up. And we're going to get if lobbies.count is greater than 0. Otherwise, we're going to create a lobby. Alright, to save us some time later, I'm going to go ahead and insert the for each loop for each lobby in lobbies. For simplicity's sake, we're just going to join the lobby. Lobby. Alright, now we're going to set up the join lobby code. Public async void join a lobby lobby. So we're going to input something we did earlier, so we're going to press await relay services instance join allocation async. We're going to get the lobby data. We're going to get that join key from earlier. And we're going to get its value. ID equals lobby.id. We're going to have to input another line of code. We're going to put this in here separately this time. Set transform as client join allocation A. So we're going to do the transport method once more. We're going to do transport. This time we're going to be setting as set client relay data. We're going to press A, relay server, We're going to get the IP4, get that U short from before. We're going to do a dot relay server, get the port, we're going to do a dot allocation ID bytes, the a dot key, a dot connection data, a dot host connection data, and we're done there. We're going to go back up to the join lobby, and we're going to go ahead and call this method transform as client a. Alright, and then all the hard work is done. We're going to go all that network, and if you can already guessed it, because my mind can't, network manager dot singleton, and you guessed it, start client ID, or not ID, sorry, just start client. And we're gonna go ahead and update text dot text equals in a lobby. So this would allow us to join any open lobby. So I'm going to delete my previous example build. Going to test it solo first really fast, just in case. Press play, logging in, find next lobby, and I'm in the lobby. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and go build settings once more. Build. Alright, and once it's finished building, we're going to go ahead and press play again once more. We're going to start a lobby. It's creating a lobby because it didn't find any lobbies open. So we're going to go and launch this one. Alright, press play. And it found a game. And now we're inside the lobby. So we can go back to the editor here once more for verifications. And we have 2 player clones in here. Network ID 2, and I'm not the owner, so that's a different person inside the lobby. So if you just wanted a quick jump in a game type match stuff, that's how you do it. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the nitty gritty, the matchmaking aspect of all this. So we're going to go back up to create a lobby, and we're going to add a couple more variables up here. We're actually going to stop up here really fast. We're going to enter our public constant string. This is going to be game type key equals T. And we're going to enter public int game mode equals 1. And we're also going to enter a level key, public constant string level key. We're just going to put this as D. Alright, and now we're going to go down here back to the dictionary of data objects. We're going to input a couple of more of these variables. So we're going to get the game type key. We're going to input a new data object. Data object dot visibility options. We're going to make it I like making them all public. There's probably some variables and some bear optimization here. And then we're going to include game mode dot toString. And we're going to make this data object index options N1. We'll go ahead and take up that spot there. Alright, comma right here. And we're going to include one more. Align it right here. We're going to do a level key, comma, new data object, just like before. data object dot visibility options dot public, and this one is going to be player level dot toString, and we're going to take a different index option because that one's already claimed. We're going to do in2. We're going to put a comma right there. Alright, so now whenever we create a lobby, we're inputting the join code into the lobby system, as well as what game type it will be, and what level I am. And so that's all we need to do with the create lobby, but whenever we're going down here and filtering out these options, we need to include these new filters. Or else we're still going to randomly join whatever lobby is open. So we're going to input a new query filter. We're going to put a new field. This one's going to be query filter dot field options, and we're going to be relating it to n1. We're going to put the options as query filter dot o options, and we're going to want it equal to, and we're going to input the value, and we're going to input game mode dot toString. No, I guess there's another. Alright, so whenever you input the options, whenever you're setting up a match, let's say you click, I don't know, Team Deathmatch, you'll set this as this game mode, so it'll search for game modes of Deathmatch, or I put as an int. It's easier for me. You can put it as a string. Of course, that'd probably be easier. And make Deathmatch as 2, so search for all game modes that are equal to 2. Now you're probably saying, oh, what about the player level with skill-based matchmaking? Yes, we're actually going to go down here to for each lobby loop. And we are first going to get that level. So player, we're just going to put int number equals int dot arrays lobby dot data. We're going to grab the data here, put the box brackets, we're going to get the level key, we're going to get its value. So now this is the player level of who created the lobby, and we're going to surf through that. So if we're looking for a range to set up that player with, we're going to put player if number is greater than, let's say you want to go in a range of 5. So if you want to 5 levels above you and 5 levels under you, we're going to get to 5 levels under you. Number less than player level plus 5. And the first one that it finds, we're going to join it. And we're going to return so this doesn't continue looping around. And we're going to remove that. Let's go down to join lobby and let's get that player number just a distinct. We'll type the same code what we did in here, int dot parse. We're going to get that lobby dot data box brackets level key. We're going to get its value. And so I want to make sure that we connected to a player that is near our level. So I'm going to press we're in a lobby of the player level, and might as well include my level as well. My level is, and then we're going to include player level dot toString. Alright, let's test it. Let's see if I broke anything. And we forgot to set up a backup. So let's go in here This is why you check. Alright, so for each lobby, blah, blah, blah. And if it doesn't return us at any point in time, we're going to go ahead and create a lobby. File, build settings, build, multiplayer test. Alright, so it's done building. Let's go in here. Let's reduce our level back to 10 on this. Press save. Press play, logging in. Can't find a lobby, so it creates one. And a lobby of players are level 10. And so we're going to go in here. What's this? Create this. Couldn't find a lobby with a level, so it creates its own lobby. So they're in two separate lobbies. They're not going to interact with each other. Of course, it's a peer-to-peer, so you don't want to do it with too many people anyway. So that's fine. And of course, let's put the layer level there, and let's change the game mode to 2 just for testing purposes. So theoretically, if I start this up, it'll create a new lobby, of course, because there's no open lobbies. And then we'll go in here, we'll start this up. It's the same level, so it's level 18 as well. But it won't find any because it's a different game type. And that are both lobby hosts. Alright, well I hope that helps some of you. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys have a good day.